Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pendik, Turkey. Welcome to East versus West 9. I'm Neil Pickup, and alongside the event originator, the event organizer, Engin Terzi. There's a little bit of a buzz around you today, Engin. You've done a lot of these now, but you told me in our conversation the other week that you feel you may have assembled the best lineup to date here at East versus West 9. And looking around the room, once again, you've brought the very best in the world to do it, and you do get the feeling that something very special is about to go down here tomorrow night.
Yes. I think this is the best super match card of East versus West so far. And in my personal opinion, it doesn't sound humble, but this is the best super match card that I have ever seen personally.
What's good about this card, obviously we've got an excellent balance. 13 matches on there. We're represented across the whole spectrum of experience. Sat right next to me, John Brzezinski is here to give his insight in the commentary position tomorrow. And the athletes, which we're going to get straight into in a moment, are unbelievable. So many matches on this card could be headliners on any other. But the headliner that everyone's come to see, Hermes Gasparini, Devon Larratt, you've been trying to put this one together forever. You can almost feel the intensity in the air.
Yeah. I mean, when it is far to the event, it was like fun even till yesterday. But now, 24 hours before the event, I feel the intensity, and I kind of feel that they are breathing deep, just like something else is coming, like they have been joking around, teasing each other, but deep in them, they are very, very focused, to battle. I don't see that arm wrestling match. They will war tomorrow evening.
Now, the one downside of having a main event as absolutely strong, as elite, as epic as Devon Larratt versus Gasparini is that a lot of the matches on the card that sit below them are overshadowed. So we're going to get into those now and shine a little bit of a light on some of the matches you might not have focused on. Starting with Italy versus USA. Thomas Mangi, we're going to come to you first, mate. Very big Italian, sat at the side of me. Yeah. What does it feel like to be starting this incredible event? You're in the curtain raiser for East versus West 9 in your debut. How's that feel?
Yeah, this is the first time for me. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to pull with young guys, a strong guy, and I hope to be in a good feel and have the strength to beat him. I can say thank you to the legend Engin Terzi for this. For call me and come here. I'm the second Italian. I hope the second Italian gladiator here, and I hope will be a great match.
Thomas, obviously many people on the card may not know yourself, may not know Dustin. Have you managed to do any homework on this young man? Obviously, he's been really active. We've seen him in action in Arm Wars. We've seen him in action at the Monster Factory. He's been everywhere. Have you done a little bit of research on this man?
In my career, I pulled in Zloty Tour, at World Championship, European. The first time to pull with an American guy, and I search a power of America. I won't try him. I'm really happy.
Good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas representing Italy, looking to set a precursory start and get some luck on side for the Italians. We're going to meet his opponent now. He hails from the United States of America. Deep, clean, Dustin Hyatt. Mate, welcome to East versus West. It's been kind of a whirlwind couple of years for you. You burst onto the scene, only a very young man. Started with the Savage Search. We saw you at the Arm Wars Super Series. We saw you at the Monster Factory. We saw you win the qualifier for East versus West. We saw you at the Arnold Classic. And each and every time, people were talking about you when those events finished. Here, starting one of the biggest cards in the history of the sport, you have got to be a little bit nervous right now, Dustin.
Yeah, I definitely am. It's just an honor to be here in front of all these legends. Definitely blessed. And hoping the nerves don't really get to me. Hoping that, we can be a little bit more of a redeem team, because our record isn't looking too great right now. But yeah, it's just an honor to be here.
Now, Dustin, obviously, we know that you're a very diverse puller. We know that you're a guy who's diligent. You don't talk a great deal, but you study a lot. Same question that I asked of your opponent. Have you done your research? Have you done your homework? Have you been going to the Paul Lynde School of Professionalism?
I definitely have. A lot of his videos are a lot older, though, so it's hard to tell quite where he's at now. And he was lighter before, and this is going to be a much heavier version of him. So I expect him, to be a bit stronger. And also don't recognize any of his opponents, so I can't really gauge my strength against them. So I'm really just trying to study and train for his style specifically.
Ladies and gents, great match to start us off. Thomas and Dustin hoping to fire this thing off with a bang. Our next two athletes also making their debut here, East versus West, USA versus Ireland. And we're going to start with the United States of America, Brad Grundy. Now, Brad, how are you doing, mate?
I'm great.
So I wanted to come to you first because it's quite an interesting dynamic, Brad. You're a very experienced puller. We know you've worked with some really strong guys, come up through the ranks and really done your homework. You've cut your teeth the hard way in this game. But a lot of the polls suggested that many people thought you were a significant underdog against Kyle, who is a physically imposing guy. But you're the puller with the greater experience. You're the puller with potentially that technical roundedness in your favor. What would you say to the doubters? What would you say to the people who believe that you're going to be overshadowed here?
Well, Neil, first of all, I think it's an interesting match because we're both 4.5 years in the sport. We both have opposite styles of pulling. He's almost all weights, I'm all table time, and you can see that in our body types. He's massive, he looks like Larry the Lobster, and I'm kind of a normal looking dude. I would say that although the fans think he's the favorite, if you look at East versus West opinion, I have way more points in the cards. So I think that opinion matters a little more to me. I am super excited to pull Kyle. He's an awesome guy, and that's all I have to say about that.
Now, when you look at Kyle and you break down what you've seen of him in the past, where do you see the weaknesses in him? Obviously, it looks like you could hit him in the face with a baseball bat and he'd spit toothpicks at you. But do you see something you can exploit at the table?
Yeah, it's hard because a lot of his matches are from 2 years ago. He's only pulled a few times in the last 2 years because of injuries and stuff. I think his hand is definitely the most exploitable part of his body. Mm-hmm. His arm is definitely not somewhere I want to go.
Let's come over to Kyle Hutchinson. Kyle, how are you doing, brother?
Good. Really, really happy to be here. Thanks, Angan, for this opportunity.
Firstly, mate, congratulations on being the first guy from the UK and Ireland to be represented in East versus West. That in itself, a little moment of history that you can be proud of. Now, we were speaking there to Brad, despite being a relatively inexperienced arm wrestler, when you look around the room here, mate, it's fair to say that you've risen to prominence really, really quickly. People who are watching now may have seen you on Larry Wheels' channel, over there training with Larry. They may have seen you here in the qualifier where you were very, very impressive. Do you actually see yourself as the favorite in this thing? Do you agree with the polls, or do you feel like you're still warming up, still finding your feet in the game?
Yeah, I definitely don't see why everybody would say I would be the favorite, because we haven't really pulled any similar opponents or similar sort of guys that we could gauge against each other, and as I say, with both opposing styles that we're looking to go for, so it's kind of hard to really know until we're up there tomorrow to see what's going to happen.
And how much do you know about your opponent? Have you done a lot of research on Brad?
There's not too much. I had a look on YouTube and online. There's not a lot of videos that I could find, but my old training partner Ryan now trains with Brad, so probably both sides we've got a wee bit of inside information on each other through Ryan, but that's really the height of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, our second match on the card, Kyle Hutchinson of Ireland, Brad Grundy of the United States of America. Could be hellfire from the get-go. And we move to another big, big match. Match number 3 is the return of Derek Smith. Derek, welcome back, mate.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's always good to be here at East vs. West. It's my honor, as always, and always thank you to Engin Terzi for having me back. This is my home. So, plan to show what I can actually do. I mean, I had this whole speech set up about, wanting to prove everybody wrong and all this stuff and, show that I deserve to be here. But the more I thought about it, it's just like, I just need to prove to myself, that I can do what I love to do and do it at a high level. And I'm here, and we're all here because we love arm wrestling. And, I've put in a lot of work for this and excited to debut it.
Let's fill in a few of the gaps for anybody in the chat who it may be their first time watching East versus West. It's fair to say that following a dominant performance against Tim Bresnan, who's a legendary figure from the USA, you were widely viewed and touted as the next big thing coming out of North America in their super heavyweight ranks. And consequently, you were matched with some absolute killers who've gone on to massive things. Obviously, Edson Morozov, Rivas sat just a couple of doors down from me there. When you look across the room now at Mehdi, do you feel like, considering this guy's level, his accolades in the sport, where we've seen him before, that this is a better matchup for you?
Yeah, I mean, I know he hasn't been super active in the last couple of years, but the matches before were at a pretty high level. The things I've seen him have matches with Krasimir, with Trubin, things like that. I know he's been a little bit out of the game a bit compared to what he was, but yeah, I think it's a good level. Kind of like me going in with Rivas and with Morozov, kind of still trying to figure out, I get these guys that we don't know where they're at yet, so I get to be the tester for East vs. West. But I feel confident going into this. I mean, he's not as big as I thought he was going to be.
Okay, and that's interesting. Not many people are going to be big compared with yourself there. You're a bit of a big boy. But if anything, what does concern you about Mehdi? Is there anything that when you look at this guy, when you look at his track record, have you seen anything that concerns you there? Or are you more focusing on the weaknesses?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not planning to go too far inside there with him. Seems like he could throw boulders around like he does in his videos there. So I gotta play this smart, but I do think there's some lanes and some avenues that can be exploited, and I think I have some strengths and some natural capabilities that I can take advantage of.
Mehdi, let's come over to you, brother. We haven't seen you involved in the global arm wrestling scene as much as we had previously. For those people who aren't familiar with you, we've seen you many times at the Nemiroff World Cup and so on. What version of you should we expect to see? Should fans expect to see? Do you believe you're back to your best?
من خیلی خوشحالم که در خدمت قهرمان‌های بزرگ و حرفه‌ای مچ‌اندازی دنیا هستم. یه چند سالی هم مسابقات دور بودیم ولی الان آماده و با انگیزه توی مسابقات حضور دارم و مطمئن باشید یه مسابقه خیلی خوب از من می‌بینید.
It's my honor to be here and thank you everybody. First of all, I have to say thank you for managing this event, and I have been like 5 years out of any performance, professional performance and shows in arm wrestling, but now totally I'm ready for this event, 100%, and you guys will watch or will see my best perform tomorrow.
And whilst you've been away from the sport, Mehdi, it's fair to say that the sport has transitioned onto social media. The base of global arm wrestling is social media. And you're coming back in to face a man who's not only massive in physical stature, but is very, very prominent on social media. Do you feel like this gives you the opportunity to raise your brand, to catapult yourself back into the reckoning in the super heavyweight division?
الان تو سوشال مدیا خیلی درباره این صحبت بود که تو الان چند سال چیز بگی آیا آماده ای که خودت دوباره بکشونی این سطح اول تمرینات خیلی سنگینی داشتم و خیلی آمادم برای این مسابقات و خیلی خوشحالم که با یه ورزشکار با اخلاق و خوب آمریکایی میخوام مسابقه بدم. مطمئن باشید من به اون لول حرفه‌ای رسیدم که توی مسابقات شرکت کنم.
Yeah, first of all, I don't care about social media at all. just train hard. And it's my honor that is my coming back is with Drake. Such a respectable guy, and you should be sure that I'm enough professional to get back into professional levels.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can feel that one. Derek Smith and Mehdi, looking like a big, big match between two big boys. That one will go down tomorrow, our third match on the card. We're going to break rank from the order of tomorrow night's card a little bit, and our next athletes in order as they are sat at the table, and start with this young man. He hails from Ukraine and is a multiple Ukrainian national, European and world champion, as well as an operatic superstar, an all-round sex symbol. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Yevgeny Prudnik in the mother fluffing house. Yevgeny, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine. I'm prepared for speech.
Go for it, brother.
I want to wish the Decan good luck tomorrow. And today I saw on his shoulder he has a tattoo Olympic game. You saw? Tattoo Olympic game.
There it is.
Decan, you know that arm wrestling is not included in the Olympic game. I think...
Подожди.
Давай.
Ну, я знаю, что не олимпийский вид спорта, дурачок, но ты же можешь знать, что я был дзюдоистом, здесь такой внимательный. Узнавай, почему я набил это.
I thought that you have a dream. Okay.
I know it's not an Olympic sport, but tomorrow you will find out why I have this tattoo on me.
It's pretty cryptic.
Sorry, I thought you have a dream become a great Olympic champion. So you have a chance. You have a chance after lose to me. You can leave the sport and find something from the Olympic game. For example, figure skating. The Decan is sliding on ice or curling. I don't know. Before I see. And before I saw, I thought it's Audi Sign. And after I see exactly it's Olympic game tattoo. You have a big chance after pool with me, find something new for your life.
Just while that's being translated, I wanted to ask you a question, mate, because we got a lot of messages over before the event. There had been quite a few videos, Yevgeny, that were circulating, doing the rounds, where some of them suggested you might not have been in the best shape. Obviously, everybody knows you got an incredible singing voice, brother, but should we expect that your arm wrestling will be on song on Saturday night? Are you in good form?
You saw this video when I...
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Now I don't have a ukulele, sorry.
So,
but I can without ukulele if you want. Applause.
You can sing for me anytime, mate. Later on, I'll buy you a glass of wine and we'll see what happens. Now, what have we got coming back from David? Did we get a translation over there, Rolly Ray?
Yeah, of course. I'm here.
Okay. What's his answer to all those things that, Prudnik said?
Ну, Прудник очень смелый, вот так на видео, либо вот так говорит, когда камера отключается, становится котенком и мякает, хочет общаться, подлизываться. Вот смелость, говорит, балаболить немножко, пусть себя уверенно чувствует. Завтра, когда я порву его на части, тогда он заплачет и поймем, кто уйдет из этого спорта. Фигурное катание или на балет. Я устрою ему на балет, там есть знакомые.
So, okay. He said Prudnik is very brave when he's on camera, when he's doing his videos. He's always talking, always thinks he's very funny. Tomorrow, I'm going to show him that he should, after I beat him, he should leave and he should do some figure skating. I'm going to make him dance some ballet, and he will see tomorrow.
I wanted to ask you, David, obviously you've been referred to many times as a left-hand specialist. Most people see you as favored on the left hand. We know from what you've just heard there, Yevgeny is extremely confident, but he's traditionally seen as a right-hand specialist. Does the fact that you are seen as the native left-hander, does that create a lot of confidence for you, or does it give you a little bit more pressure because of the weight of expectation? A lot of people will see you as the favorite in this match.
Не, я хорошо готовился. То, что он выпендривается немножко, но я на это не смотрел, готовился нормально после травмы, как бы первые соревнования. Поэтому я налегке не смотрю, как бы он там не говорил, что там плохо тренировался, не готовился, и там у него была температура, что-то такое. Это всего лишь какие-то детские отмазки, чтобы сильно не опозориться после такого сильного проигрыша. Как бы и все. Ну, готовился нормально.
First, I have to correct myself. I didn't say that he will tear him apart. That's what he said first time. He said he's going to tear Yevgeny apart. You'll see tomorrow. He said no, he prepared very well after the injury. This is the first match back. He said he didn't care what Yevgeny was saying, pretending, saying that he's sick or something. He said, I was still keeping the same training, coming in my best shape, and you'll see tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a matchup. Two world-class guys. You decide. Arm wrestlers, figure skaters, which one of these guys is on thin ice?
Yeah, I will ask him something. Prudnik, he said that he's going to tear you apart. Did you understand that part?
No.
He's gonna...
Okay.
Like a piece of tissue.
Okay, if you such strong, I respect you, and Dadikan is very, very strong. His favorite, and so hello. What you brought me today? What you brought? Barbecue? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I ordered this for not for today. I ordered this for tomorrow evening. Okay.
What did you order?
A barbecue.
Barbecue?
Barbecue, yeah.
Okay.
It's on David. Ladies and gentlemen, David and Yevgeny, I'm sure the fun and games will continue tonight, but tomorrow, all business. And two matches tomorrow for Dadikan. So he's going to have his hands full. We move on to our next match on the card, ladies and gents. We move down in the weight classes. And I'm going to say the smallest version of the war zone I have ever seen. Adam, you hit the 85 kilo this time. 95, I believe, last time. We can see you've put some water weight back on. Where are you sitting right now?
I'm about 89 kilos right now. The plan is hopefully to get about 91, 92. So
last time was 92 kilo.
I believe that was the first time. Last time was 95.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought you were 95. Like, you looked powerful, didn't you, with back job? But
yeah, a little bulkier.
Where do you feel at your best?
It's hard to say. Cutting weight is, this is obviously the most weight that I've ever cut on an event, but I feel really strong right now. I feel super healthy. I know I'm not as big, but I feel very connected and my hand feels very sharp, so I'm excited to see what this version of me brings tomorrow.
I want to come back to you in a moment, mate, but I actually want to go over to Engin a little bit as well, because your opponent, and we spoke about this before at East versus West, Arthur Makarov, who you are extremely familiar with from personal experience, he's one of those arm wrestlers who is breathing very rare air. He is at and represents the absolute elite level within his weight division. Now, whilst that is great, it can cause real problems for you when you're trying to find opponents for him, particularly when the match is taking place at the same time as the WAF World Championships in Kazakhstan.
Yes, yes.
As such, Arthur finds himself making his debut here at East versus West 9 with a bigger opponent in Adam. How did you sort of come about with this? How did you see the match in your head?
Okay, the truth is there are only handful of people that can compete against Arthur Makarov at his weight. The guy is right now 74 kilo, 163 pounds.
Wow.
And the people who can pull against him, Alan Zolev, as of now, he cannot get out of his country. He's in military school. And there is Daniel Prokopchuk competing WAF next weekend. And Mindagos Terasaitis competing WAF next weekend. And Nurdalet Aydarhan, who is also competing WAF next weekend. So these are only the people that really have chance against Arthur Makarov, in my opinion. So he had to pull someone in higher weight category, and I thought that Adam would be a good opponent. But you know, Adam is normally in 209, 95 kilo, and Arthur being 163 pounds, you know, it would be a little bit. So we asked Adam if you can come down a little bit, and he said he can. So he made this morning the weight 187. And he is already near 200, right? 195 maybe?
Yeah, about 5 pounds away, so.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, the guy is too good for his category.
Without doubt.
Yeah, he is too good for his category. And I think that it will be a good match. We will see. But I shouldn't say that. But in my opinion, Adam is looking favorite on this one, because I don't see Arthur dominating him. And Adam's endurance, if the match stops, is very, very good. So I think it's gonna be a good match, but I see his endurance.
I suppose it's whether that endurance factor has been affected by the weight loss.
It is very, very hard to beat Adam when the power is close. And no disrespect to Arthur. I already promised Arthur. I said, Arthur, you know, you need to pull someone heavier. There is no one in your category. And he said, so I win or I lose? Like, do you guarantee me a lightweight match later? I said, yeah, of course I'm gonna give you a lightweight match, no matter if you win or lose. He said he came here to win, but he also realizes that this is different category.
But also it's tremendous opportunity and almost a no-lose situation for Arthur, because he's such a light guy. Now, let's come back to Adam for a moment on this thing, because Adam, your experience to date here at East versus West have really been polar opposites of one another. Firstly, a resounding victory as an underdog against Bulgarian national EAF and WAF world champion Bozhidar Simeonov, followed by that crushing defeat at the hands of the rising star from Georgia, Mateo Saganashvili. How do you feel, therefore, going into this match with Arthur? Do you sort of expect this to be back to that original wow factor that you brought with the Simeonov match?
Yeah, so for me, it's definitely I feel that I have something to prove back here at this level. Obviously the match with Bozhidar went very well, and then not so well with Bacho. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of pressure on me, and hats off to Arthur for taking a match with such a weight gap. I have a lot of respect, major respect for him, and thank you.
Adam, also I need to cut. We also thank you that you probably 3 weeks notice you also took the match.
You gave me the opportunity, and
there is no opportunity. Everyone comes here, they deserve to be here.
And I do appreciate it, and I can tell you I definitely feel like my back's on the wall a little bit, and I have something to prove again, that I can be here at this level and that I can compete at this weight.
And another question I would like to ask: do you think that somehow this match made you realize that your category internationally may be 187? Like, I don't think that it was in any part of your plan, but looks like you lost the weight But whenever I look at you, I mean, you don't look small at all, you know. And
Yeah.
tomorrow probably you will be over 200 pounds, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so far, it's almost looking that way. I like to take one challenge at a time, but you know, if what I feel on the table is what I'm used to feeling, and I can be as efficient and cut the weight, then I think you have your answer.
So, we haven't heard from the softly spoken, multiple national, European, and world champion that is sat just on the other side there, purveying all this thing, weighing it up, and he is a monster, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Artur Makarov. Now, it's more often than not, correct me if you disagree, Engin, but it's the case in arm wrestling that the size of an arm wrestler's levers, the size of his hand and wrist, the length of the forearm versus their opponent is certainly as important in many cases as just body weight. And for Artur, that is somewhere that he's genuinely gifted. This guy is huge for the class in terms of the physical structure. His hand is large, his forearm is truly massive. This is a guy, you said, he's too good for the class. He's super powerful.
Yeah, I think he, for some time, maybe a year or 1.5 years, he stopped pulling. And this April, he started again.
Mm-hmm.
And then he competed AMC, he took second place. And now he's making comeback. He's a little bit behind of his best, but he is, as always, I'm sure he's very strong. Yeah.
Do you feel, Artur, that because of the fact that we've seen such success from the Eastern Bloc countries, from Ukraine, Georgia, Russia, Kazakhstan, all represented so strongly here in East versus West, do you feel like you have been operating at a higher level in some cases to Adam? Do you feel like, therefore, that makes up for any difference in weight, in size? Do you feel quite balanced in that respect, in terms of the level?
Если честно, я даже не знаю, что сказать.
Ты думаешь, вес имеет разницу?
В данный момент вес 10 килограмм. Понятно то, что вес большой, но я думаю, у нас с Адамом получится хорошая борьба. Я не думаю, что это будет борьба в одну сторону.
He said that he believes that right now 10 kilos maybe changed something, and he believes Adam is really strong, and tomorrow it will definitely be a tough match.
Is Adam the biggest man that you have ever competed against in one-on-one supermatch competition, Artur? Have you pulled big men before?
I don't think he has ever, except me, he had a super match. I don't
So
remember.
I know he'd pulled you a couple of times, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
weighed around 80 kilos, I
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
So, is this the biggest man you've faced in a supermatch?
Нет, не было. Это первый армфайт, где мой соперник тяжелее меня.
Okay.
He said this is the first arm fight where his opponent is bigger than him.
Yeah, okay, understood. Ladies and gentlemen,
I have a question for him. Artur, for some time we see you arm wrestling with outside and pronation. And lately we didn't see you going inside. And your opponent is a hook master. Is today both options are ready? Because last maybe 2.5 years I didn't see you going inside. You only pull. You pull at the WAF 2021 in Romania. You were more out. And you pull this year AMC, you again pull with pronation. And you had a super match with Orhan. Yeah, and then you pull that way, and you pull against me also outside last time we met. So I don't remember you pulling inside for some time. So, like, what is your strategy tomorrow? Are you ready for anything?
Giving away trade secrets, Engin.
Я почувствую это, наверное, по захвату, но в любом случае борьба в крюк, она неизбежна.
He said, most definitely he will feel it when they grip up, but the hook battle is inevitable.
Ladies and gents, what a matchup. We said it at the start of the show, there are some matches on this card that have been overshadowed but could be absolute killers, and I genuinely believe that that could be the match of the night. Keep your eyes open for the Warzone and Makarov. It's going down. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night. And look at the next one on the card. Two monsters of the game. We move to the men's super heavyweight division. Ferit Osmanli, Georgi Zaranov. Both these guys decorated at national, European and world level. We'll start with you, Ferit. Home ground, brother. You're here in Turkey one more time, but we see you this time on the right arm. Now, throughout your career, you've been known for accepting any challenge, and you've been involved in some of the most iconic matches in the sport's history, not least of which was that incredible match in 2006 versus this fella, the GOAT, John Brzenk. Now, this match against the exceptionally tenacious and powerful Georgi Zaranov promises to be something special. Should fans expect another Ferit Osmanli classic on Saturday night?
Senin diyor kariyerin boyunca diyor çok önemli maçların oldu diyor. Bir tanesi de diyor John'la diyor 2006'da. Geçen sene görmüştük, şimdi diyor sağ kolla göreceğiz diyor Dizerenov'a karşı diyor. Senin diyor hayranların diyor yani unutulmaz bir maç beklemeliler mi diyor.
Evet, teşekkür ederim sorularınız için. Sağ olun, var olun. S2S ailesine çok teşekkür ederim davet ettikleri için. Evet, birkaç maçım biraz geçti ama bu sefer güzel antrenman yaptım. Elimden gelen her şeyimi yapacağım. Ben vazgeçmedim. Vazgeçtiğimde o zaman yenilmiş olurum ama devam ediyorum. Daha iyi olmaya çalışacağım. Bu seferki maçım güzel olur. Umarım Zaranov rakibim güçlü bir sporcu. Ama elimden gelen her şeyin güzelini yapacağım. Güzel maç çıkaracağız.
He says that he prepared better this time, and Zaranov is very strong, and he never stopped believing to make himself better. He will do his best against Zaranov, yeah, basically.
Could be an incredible match. Let's come over to Georgi Zaranov. Ladies and gents, Georgi, incredibly strong. And it's fair to say, Georgi, that many of your recent matches at East versus West have been packed with drama. In fact, it's fair to say they've stolen the show. You've had some incredibly dramatic matches here. Tomorrow, in Ferit Osmanli, you've got sort of the perfect opponent for that situation to manifest itself again. Do you feel like Ferit Osmanli at this stage of his career is as dangerous as he's ever been? Or do you feel like he is on a downward trajectory and you are on the rise?
На самом деле я давно слежу и следил за карьерой Фарида Усманова. Это мой один из любимых армрестлеров. Есть взять пример с многих его характеров, ну, в смысле характеристик, из его характера, я это хотел сказать. То есть у него можно отнять победу, но характер невозможно. Он очень харизматичный, всегда у него действительно интересные бои. Он мотивировал меня, когда на недавнем турнире одолел топовых спортсменов. Но тем будет интереснее его выиграть. если мне предоставится такая возможность. А по поводу его формы, хотел бы сказать, что неоднозначно, так как она у него плавает, то сильнее, то слабее. Я не знаю, из-за каких причин. Возможно, травмы, возможно, когда-то получается тренироваться, когда-то нет. Но в любом случае, я надеюсь, что мы покажем интересную борьбу.
First of all, I want to say that I'm a big fan. I've been watching him for years. He's been a big motivation. He's very charismatic arm wrestler. I love him on and off the table. He gave me a lot of motivation for a lot of matches. About his form, like everyone, you sometimes train more, you train less, injuries and things like that. But I believe tomorrow we will give really good match.
Unbelievable matchup. What a match on the card. You must be excited about that one. I know your aim was to bring together the best, but it's also not just East versus West. It's age against youth, it's experience against the guys that are on the rise. This is really representative of that, Engin. Super heavyweight division has never been more vibrant than it is right now, and these two guys are right in the thick of the mix, looking to get that recognition.
Yes. I mean, I have been part of arm wrestling more than 30 years. I have never seen super heavyweight category like this dangerous. Like I can count you 20 guys that are, like all of them are dangerous, very, very dangerous, and two of them are this gentleman. And I don't know, I just can't wait, but it is not possible to bring the matches only East versus West. It was the same right from the beginning. There was some matches East versus East and some matches East versus West. So it is normal that we will have both. Yeah, I think it's gonna be incredible event. And this time I see Ferit bigger and stronger than last time. And Desaronov is also the same way. I have never seen Desaronov this big. Mm-hmm. I would like to ask to Desaronov, what is your current weight?
Big.
Порядка 128 килограмм.
128.
His nose is like
128 kilos.
120?
28.
28. Oh, okay.
128
okay. Has he ever been this big before? No, this is his biggest, right? Okay, so I'm not wrong about it because I have never seen him this big. His shoulders, his arms, everything. Yeah.
Truly the biggest we've seen. And look at his fingers, Engin. Physically impossible for that man to pick his nose. We're gonna leave that one there. Unbelievable matchup, super heavyweight division, and we move to another heavyweight banger, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna start with our Georgian superstar, David Arabuli. Last time out, mate, we saw you win an entertaining scrap on the right hand with the rising star of North America, Chance Shaw. It's fair to say it's all changed this time. It's on your traditionally favored arm, your left, and against an ultra-seasoned veteran and a proven championship pedigree. Does this represent a tougher challenge in your mind than the last match against Chance? It's on your favored arm, but maybe a tougher opponent.
Yeah, this is right that left is my better arm, but I meet Ivan and I know how strong he is. So yes, this is challenge and this is make me motivate all of this, because if my opponent is not enough stronger, then why I must compete? So yeah, like this is make me stronger because he's strong. So all of these last times after when we pull, like after that is 4 years already, and there is chasing a lot of things. And last 4 months when our match is set, this is changed more than last 4 years. So there is only one question in my head. All of these times is enough to progress so much that will be same level. So answer of these questions we'll find out tomorrow. So I'm ready. I am best shapes I ever have been. So just I wanted to tomorrow just grip him and just test myself and his.
Ladies and gents, what a matchup and what an athlete he will be facing. Ivan Matyushenko. It's been a long time coming, mate, but here you are. East versus West 9. Not your favorite arm, really, the left arm, and a very, very difficult opponent. But a lot of people have been waiting for you to make your debut here at East versus West. What form are you currently in, mate? And are you excited about coming into such a potentially explosive match against a puller as powerful as David, particularly on his favorite left arm?
I'm glad to be here. I wanted to compete here from the very beginning. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to this match. I want to test myself. The format of arm fights is not familiar to me. Usually I pulled nationals, Europeans, worlds. So it will be also a challenge for me, I think.
I was trying to think, Ivan, the last time I saw you in a super match may have been in the professional arm wrestling league with Taras. When was the last time you pulled a six-rounder? Or
I think he pulled against Larratt in a super match, right? Left arm.
Yes, but it was also 2018, and throughout my career I pulled maybe 4 arm fights, all in all, 4 or 5.
Which format do you prefer? Do you prefer the main draw competition, the formal WAF, EAF, Russian National, or do you prefer a super match one-on-one?
Well, actually, I'm familiar with the
tournament.
Tournament, yes. Yep. But I want to try myself here and find out what I can do.
And where is your level right now, mate? Are you in? Would you say you are representative of your best shape right now? Are you in peak condition?
It is close to my best shape. The way I weigh 114. It is perhaps one of my best, biggest weights. So my form is good.
Now, I want to come back to both of you guys, and we'll start with David on this question. There are guys that arm wrestle with finesse, with technique. You guys are not really those kind of arm wrestlers. You are all about the top-end power dive in there and who's got most. We see that all the time from this young man. He loves to hook. We know how explosive and powerful you are. We saw it in the Chance Shaw match. Do you feel like you're the stronger arm wrestler going into this thing on Saturday?
You know, this arm fight is interesting for me because even I who say that I am the best shape, I am grow up, I have progress, I can answer in my head this, I am the winning this match or something like this, and we will find out this. I hope that we are close because even. Of course, he beat me easy. This is not feel good for me. But when it will be easy match for me, this is not for me too good. You know, I love tough matches, and I hope that we are on the same level. And there will be small things which will deny, like which how it will be match will progress. So. I hope it will be tough match because I already talking about hanging that I need the opponents who is the same level as I and maybe upper, maybe stronger because they must motivated me. But 4 months before I think that he is very, very strong and just I changed myself for this 4 months. So. Let's see. I am not answering about these questions so correctly.
Both of them are very strong. Both of them are very strong.
I was just going to say, Ivan,
Ivan Matyushenko, he only had, you said 4 super matches in your career? 4 or 5, yeah. But he is so experienced that,
I mean, he lost in a hook. How many times have you seen that guy lose a stopped hook match?
I have seen some of the times that he's losing. If you wanted to describe him,
fast finisher.
Yeah, about the hook. He's like 9 out of 10.
Yeah. When was the last time you lost, Ivan?
Let me finish, Neil. But about hooking someone, hooking ability, to turning someone into hook, you can rank him 10 out of 10. He's more known like a killer against the top roller, still incredible in hook, but he is so experienced enough to adopt super match. I mean, he is so experienced that he can do anything about arm wrestling. Like he doesn't really have to have like 500 super matches, you know, to have that. And I have never seen him this big. I have known him almost for 20 years, and he took my attention even 18 years ago when he pulled against Taras, the super match that you mentioned.
Yep.
Yeah, Taras, it was the prime Taras, like the best of Taras. And Taras beat him 6-0, but he was able to hook him, you know. And I was like, how the hell, you know? Like, even John was sometimes having a hard time to hook Taras in his prime. And then this guy was like, he lost, but he was able to protect his wrist. And that time he took my attention. If you remember at the Northeast message board, I made a subject about you, you know. And then he did not disappoint us, and he became one of the legends. Yeah. What were you asking him? Yeah,
no, the question I was asking him was, how many stopped hook matches have you lost in your career that you can remember?
There has been time, you know. He lost Zolev, I think, maybe.
Not many, though.
No, I mean...
How many times I lost to whom?
If the match stops in a hook...
In the hook.
How many times have you lost?
The last one they beat him probably is the one that's sitting behind.
To Georgi.
2019 in Romania, and Georgi was first. Ivan was second. Your right arm or left arm was closer match?
Left was close.
Left was closer, yeah. Right he was a little bit better. Yes. I think you, him, and Alexander Getalo was top 3, right?
Third was.
Yeah. And I think you were in the same class, right? That was a nightmare.
Yeah.
In the same class, there was also Sandris in the same category.
Yes,
and I think there was
both hands, right and
Lamparelli was in the same category. It was a nightmare category, Neil. Nightmare category. Yeah.
But the fact that we are talking about, you can count on one hand the amounts of times you can remember in that career, this man losing a stopped hook match, gives you an indication of what we can expect tomorrow. He's usually a fast finisher, sets the hook and blasts, but this thing could go tomorrow if you guys end up in a hook.
Ivan is one of those guys that has incredible explosiveness and incredible endurance. Not many people have that. Not many, but he is one of them, yeah.
Amazing match in Prospect tomorrow night.
This guy's advantage is the guy is training with all those legendary Georgian guys, you know, in the same. Who are your training partners? Can you tell us? Generally, even Levan is your training partner.
Yeah, of course. Like last 4 years, I, Levan, and Irakli in one gym. We are each other's training partners. So there is a lot of Georgian guys who have like one month in one time. We are together and who all of helping each other.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great match. Yeah. Anything you would like to add, Ivan? No? Yeah. We wish you guys the best.
One of those matches that hasn't been talked about a great deal coming up, and it's a great shame because I think it's
all my fault. When you said such a card, you know, you cannot have attention to each of them, so it's my fault. Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal match in Prospect. Let's move on with our card and get to the next of our athletes. It's a title match. It's fair to say that it's very difficult to be a champion here at East versus West because you go out there and you try to find these guys, people who are genuine killers. In Vala, in David, you found 2 guys that are absolutely elite level. Many people may not know a great deal about Vala, about the level. They may feel like this is an easy victory for Samusha. We've seen him successful against a field of absolute killers over here. Just give people a little bit of background on the pedigree of the man you've brought over here.
David needs nothing to tell about him. You know, everyone knows Lottie champion, world champion, European champion, East versus West, world champion. He defended the title. How many times did he defend already? 4 times, 5 times? 4 times, yeah, 4 times. Yeah. And so the thing is, David went to AMC event, and they wanted to go there by car, and then they went from Georgia to Russia, but they were waited at the borders. And he said that, when they arrived there, it was already they were on their way for 2 days. And then when they arrived there, both Zurab and him they were like dead tired, no sleep for 2 days. So in that event, David didn't do well, while I did in the same category very well. And David told me that, Engin, trust me, I was like dead tired. But whenever I talk with the Georgians, they said that this is a 50-50 match. They said that Waliko is very, very strong, and David is already, we know that he's very strong. So they say, the Georgians know these guys very well. They say that there is no underdog in this match because they say Waliko is also very, very strong.
Vala, the first time many people may have seen you here at East versus West, and you come into the thing with an immediate world title shot. You must be extremely excited about this opportunity, but does that situation in a debut also create a lot of pressure for you, mate?
First of all, that's the biggest motivation for me to be here with legends, and that's why I want to say thanks, Engin, to invite me here. I really did a lot to come here, and of course now my shape is best. I training very good because I know David is great athlete, and what I want to say, I'm now in best shape of my career.
I would like to say something. Like, since I started to organize East versus West, Wala always take me on Instagram there, he's training very heavy. And then, like, he was trying to take attention. He was like, here I am again, here I am, And then, but of course, that I cannot just invite someone just because they are lifting heavy. They really had to do something. And Waliko did great at the M7. So he deserved to be here. No need to thank, brother. You deserve it, yeah. And we are honored to have you here, yeah.
Let's catch up with our champion, David Samusha. Obviously, David, you heard it there. A lot of people believe that this is a 50-50 matchup. You obviously know this guy very well. Do you believe that Vala represents maybe a more difficult opponent than the men you've already overcome here? Is he at that level, or is he maybe the toughest opponent you've had yet in the title defenses?
ვფიქრობ, რომ ვალიკო არის ერთ-ერთი საუკეთესო 85 კილოში. 50-50-ზე ვიტყოდი, მეც ჩვენ შეხვედრას ხო და ვაკვირდები ბოლო დროს ვალიკოს შეჯიბრებს, ასე თქვათ, და ვიტყოდი, რომ ჩემზე ნაკლები არაფრით არა. ვფიქრობ, რომ ერთ დონეზე ვართ ხო და რავი, ჩვენ შორის გამარჯვებას გადააწყოთ ალბათ ან გამძლეობა, ან რაღაცა ისეთი ნიუანსი, თორე ფიზიკური ფორმით ვფიქრობ, რომ ერთნაირად ვარ ჩემზე ნაკლები, ნამდვილად არაფრით არა და ვიცი, რომ ძალიან ძლიერი არის.
So David says that he's been obviously monitoring closely Vala's competitions and how good he is. He is very well aware of. He's siding with the people who claim that it's 50-50. He believes so. He believes that Vala is that strong. He said that tomorrow, decisive factor between us, who will be winner, would be endurance or something like this, because physically, as a strength-wise, we are equal. That's what David believes, and he anticipates this match to be 50-50.
Another killer, mate.
Yeah, and I want to say that this is as far as I remember, the first match at the East versus West that two guys from same country, Georgia. And I am not planning to set matches with the two guys from same country unless it is a title match, and this is a world title match. Yeah, it will be very interesting. I have no idea. I have no clue how the match is going to go.
Like you say, with the prominence of some of the countries, Georgia have been on a tear. It's almost inevitable that you're going to have to face each other at some point if you want to be the man who holds the title, and this is an example of that tomorrow.
I would like to quickly ask you, Waliko, how do you see the match? Do you see close match, like 50-50 match, or you see yourself as favorites?
Yes, 50-50, but I will do my best.
So you came here to win?
Yeah.
On the paper, it looks 50-50, but you came here to win. Yeah. This is what you're saying.
Of course.
Yeah, okay. And yeah, I think David also is thinking the same. So,
რა ვიცი, მე როგორც მეც მოსაგებად ვარ ჩამოსული და რა თქმა უნდა ვალიკოთ მოსაგებად არა ჩამოსული თითოეული რა ვინცა ვარ ყველა ვარ მოსაგებად ჩამოსული ხო და თავარია ტიტული უეჭველი ქართულს დარჩება რა
Obviously, such a professional arm wrestlers who are coming here with supporters or without supporters, it doesn't matter. They are coming here for the victory. Likewise, he's speaking about himself. He's here to win. But at the end, he mentioned that regardless win or lose, for him, title will stay to Georgian. So that's what matters. That's what David said.
Okay, that's an honor for Georgia, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next
He's
one.
saying that for sure Georgian will win.
Georgia will win?
For sure.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Dadikyan versus Irakli.
Yeah, now, David Dadikyan, your second outing of the night. This one is on the right arm, and you get to face Irakli Zirakashvili.
I want to ask him something.
Yeah, fire, brother.
Okay, David, I will ask you something very openly. You wanted to pull Prudnik first and Irakli second. Is that because you see Prudnik match more dangerous than Irakli match, or there is another reason? Hey, David, no political answer, real answer.
Не, правая моя, так скажем, более отстающая рука, левая сильнее. Поэтому хотелось с Прудником разобраться по-быстрому, убрать, а потом на правой. Я просто 4 года не выступал на правой руке, давно очень. Поэтому интересно мне было.
So he said his right arm isn't his best arm, left is. So he said, I'll deal with Prudnik real fast, and then I will test first time in 4 years my right arm with Irakli.
Oh, okay, so he just wants to take Prudnik, get away, quickly, just like a warm up, and then yeah, and Prudnik. Just get a microphone, yeah.
And if very quickly you can do this?
He says he's gonna do very quickly, yeah. He says that he's
saving. If you can't do it very quickly, what will you do?
Не буду многословен, просто завтра покажу. Я не такой балабол, как он. Просто покажу.
He said, just wait and see for tomorrow.
I think if it's true, will be true, he can pull with Zirakashvili because it's not him plan. It's
Prudnik,
another plan.
Prudnik, forget about it. Are you gonna beat this guy tomorrow or no?
Yeah.
You will beat him? Okay, tell us percentage.
Why you ask me? You know it. I win, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to Irakli.
Irakli, let's come to you, mate. You've been sat there quietly all night. It's fair to say on a night when the Georgian team performance was truly something to behold, your dramatic upset win against the Perfect Storm showed fans in the sport that you've got elements to your game that we didn't know you had, and that are supporting that vicious top roll that you're known for. Do you have any more surprises in store for fans tomorrow when you face David Dadikyan?
მოგესალმებით. ენგენ კიდევ ერთხელ დიდი მადლობა ასეთი კარგი შეჯიბრის ჩატარებისთვის. რა ვიცი ახლა რაც ყველაზე ძლიერი მაქვს მომამზადე ის პირველ რიგში, ისეთ სპორტია და ისეთი კონკურენტები ყავს, რომ გჭირდება ბევრი საჩუქრები კონკურენტისთვის, რომ ასე ვთქვათ, მარტივად არ დავამარცხდეთ.
Engin, first of all, thank you very much to invite me again. That's what Irakli started saying. And he said that for sure arm wrestling is such a fascinating sport that for different opponents we have to be delivering different surprises. So it means he's preparing something special for David. But he also said that mostly I was focused on my main ace move. Yeah, that's what he said.
Now, obviously, Engin alluded to it a moment ago, and we talk about it so many times. The Georgian stable of arm wrestlers is like no other. Iron sharpens iron, and you've got some great arm wrestlers to work with to get yourself ready for competition. But it's fair to say that David Darikian isn't without some solid training partners as well. We've seen him working with Vovoda, Morozov, Siplenkov, all elite level arm wrestlers. This is a guy with real pedigree. Do you feel like he represents your most difficult challenge to date here?
Ну, ყველაზე რთულს ვერ ვიტყვი, იმიტომ რომ ყველაზე რთული შეხვედრა უკვე ამ მატჩის წინ მქონდა, სადაც დავმარცხდი. რა ვიცი, ახლა იმის მერე ვივარჩე ბევრი, იმ დღისთვე დავიწყე ვარჯიში როგორ ჩავედი. ახლა ლევანთან სპარინგის შემდეგ დავითთან სპარინგი და ხელის გადაწევა არ იქნება ისეთი რთული, როგორც ლევანთანა. ახლა ვაფასებ, ძლიერი სპორტსმენია ნამდვილად, მაგრამ დასამტკიცებელი აქვს მარჯვენა ხელში, თუ რამდენად ძლიერია, იმიტომ რომ 2019 წლის მერე ის არ გვინახია მარჯვენა ხელში არც ერთ შეჯიბრზე.
So me as the sparring partner of Levan Saginashvili will definitely not be, we're not gonna see anything special from David that have not seen from Levan. It's not gonna be that hard, even though I respect David and I know he's very strong. I don't believe that he will be, a match with him will be as tough as my sparrings with Levan. He said that David needs to prove his right arm because since 2019 we have not seen him officially on the high level of right-handed arm wrestling match. And he also said about his toughest match, this one he doesn't see as his toughest because he said that last one with defeat against Gidirgali was his toughest match in this category.
Now let's come over to David Dadikian. Obviously you said a moment ago that this is your first time out really in 4 years at this level on the right arm. Do you feel like you've been working hard enough behind closed doors to get your level where it needs to be to take out Irakli Zirakashvili, who's clearly on a tear right now? And if so, what elements of your game do you expect to cause the biggest problems for Irakli?
Какие проблемы ты можешь ему показать? Свой кисть тебе сильнее или в круг, или как думаешь?
4 года не то, что работал, чтобы побороться с Ираклией, просто 4 года не было соперников, не было возможности бороться на правой, все время на левой выступал, а правая просто отдыхала, и были травмы какие-то. Вот за последний год начал целенаправленно тренировать правый и левый тоже. Правый сейчас готов, не говорю как левый, но тоже очень сильный, хороший. Я уверен, что я готов бороться с Ираклией не только в крюк, но и вверх, его коронную борьбу. Поэтому я очень уверен в себе. Дай Бог, завтра все покажу на деле.
So he said, it's not like I didn't want to compete with right arm. There was most just offers with left arm. But he has worked not only for Irakli, but 4 years been working, getting rid of injuries and everything. So his right arm is catching up to his left. He believes it's not just hook. He can top roll, he can press, he can do all different things, and most likely we'll see them tomorrow. He said he hopes he will put on a good match.
I would like to also say that these guys, like until you feel these guys' power, you really may think that you are a tough guy. Seriously, this like. I cannot imagine anything stronger than the level of these guys. I'm not talking on specifically this match, but generally, seriously, you think that you are very strong, you may feel like a rock, then you feel these guys' hands, arms, then you realize that there is something called another level, you know. That I haven't seen anything better than this level of arm wrestling today, you know.
And talking of another level and the pursuit thereof, look no further than the White Hawk. Paul Lynn, professional
Neil, sorry. He just wanted to say that he really respects both of his opponents and he wants good matches with them. So this is not taken like he's disrespecting them, but he's taking them very seriously and he respects them much.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 second. This is all about the hype of the event. You know, I know that they respect each other, but David, you really need to take care of that guy because he's coming for you to the barbecue.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the next matchup. Professional Paul Lynn, mate. How are you doing? You're looking carved and ready to go, mate. Carved and ready to go.
Yeah, I'm good now. Getting some hydration back in me, some food. I feel really good.
So, pride has always been important, Paul, in strength and combat sports. And it kind of sets the theme for this next match, doesn't it? You know, Japanese MMA fighter Sakuraba was known as the Gracie Killer back in the day. Such was his resume in defeating people from that dynasty of Brazilian fighters. Now, the Babayev name is extremely established within our sport, Paul Lynn. Tomorrow night, should fans expect you to be racking up another win over Team Babayev, or do you think that baby brother can do something with you?
Well, your analogy to the Gracie family is spot on. I'm just blessed to be in a position where I get the opportunity to face two arm wrestlers from the same lineage that is, in fact, royalty in the sport. Mm-hmm. So I look at it as a blessing. I get the opportunity to compete in the best arm wrestling promotion that we have to date. And not only that, but against two Babayevs that I've followed since I started arm wrestling. So I'll do my best. I have nothing but respect for them and very thankful for the opportunity.
So we're going to come back to you in a moment, mate. I want to introduce your opponent first. He is from Ukraine. He represents Switzerland here at East versus West 9 tomorrow. Ruslan Babayev, baby brother of the man that Paul has already faced. Some of the most notable action films in the 80s and 90s were based on storylines where a younger brother avenges a crushing loss suffered by their older brother and comes back, hands it out to them. On Saturday night, here at East versus West 9, should arm wrestling fans look forward to seeing mic check in the house, there we go. Should we look forward to seeing a reenactment of Kickboxer, but in arm wrestling form? Are you going to do something with this guy? Can you avenge the loss that Rustam suffered?
Мщения не будет, но я его хорошо проверю.
I will try my best to test him out.
Now, we haven't seen you as active in the sport, mate. Obviously, back a few years ago, you were right there at all the EAF, WAF World Championships, PAL, the professional league. We saw you in many Vendetta matches, always impressive. Have you remained active behind closed doors? Have you been pulling throughout that period of time?
От армрестлинга нельзя куда-то убежать.
You can't run away from arm wrestling.
Never. It's like the mafia. Once you're in, you're in. That's it. Paul, let's come back to you, mate. Your preparation has been talked about a great deal. It comes up all the time. It's fair to say that your past performances here in Turkey, the last time out, despite being unsuccessful in the match with Sasho Andreev, you were probably talked about and gained more notoriety from that loss than you may have done in previous victories. I wanted to ask you, which is more important in your mind? Someone as diligent, as professional as yourself, is it the win or is it the performance? Where do those two balance out?
The win is what matters most. There can be silver linings, but when you talk about pride, leading off with pride, if you have pride, anything less than success is unacceptable. That said, I think you can grow in losses more than you can grow in wins. I learned a lot, and that match forced me to up my level again in preparation for this one.
I was just going to say, many people may see Ruslan as the lower level of the Babayev brothers. It doesn't look to me like you've backed off your training. It doesn't look to me like you have bought into any kind of myth and legend surrounding that one.
Well, again, I usually dive into research on opponents, and there's so little in the recent years on Ruslan, but you can see plenty on his prime, and he's absolutely incredible. So even the thought or threat that he's going to bring that form tomorrow pushed my anxiety and my stress level to where I had to focus on me versus me in the gym. If I don't know how to train specifically for his style because I don't have data, I just have to come in stronger in every lift and everything that I've been doing, which I think I've been able to achieve, and I think I'm doing it at a better body composition right now as well.
I want to ask him something. Ruslan, do I remember wrong, or you asked me to set this match against Paul after your brother's match against Paul?
Да, Энгин, ты прав. Я у тебя спросил, потому что это дело чести.
You asked, right? You asked. I don't remember wrong. Yeah.
He said, yes, I asked because this is about honor.
Oh, so that's I knew about that. Yeah, his brother lost because his brother is, I don't know how to say his example. Rustam was right there, and Rustam was a little bit above, and different type of pull. Rustam is all about offense. Rustam is all about defense and endurance. At this point, I would like to ask the opinion of the goats that who has experienced the pull against both athletes on different times.
Oh, okay, you put me on the spot without warning. Yeah, fantastic match. Paul Lynn, I think I'm going to have to give him the edge as far as explosiveness goes and aggression. Like you said, Ruslan has been known to hang people up, and he's quite the shoulder roller. So I suspect if the match stops, we could be in for a long, exciting match. But yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Do you believe that after so many years, he is just coming and showing a performance that, at the level that he was when he left? Do you think it's possible?
No, I don't think he would have asked for the match unless he's been secretly preparing. So I'm assuming that Ruslan is in very good condition. He's here to avenge his brother's loss, which is really cool. But Paul Lynn hasn't stopped training. I mean, Paul Lynn is getting better every month. So I suspect he's going to get the best version of Paul Lynn.
Yeah, every time he comes here, he's stronger. And what he did last time, he proved it to me. Sasho at 95 kilo is the highest bar. And Paul proved that he's right there with Sasho, right there, Yeah, for sure, And
I was going to say to Ruslan, obviously you've seen a lot of action from Paul. What do you think you can do differently to put the brakes on this guy? We saw him charge through Sasho a couple of times. We saw when he hit the hook with Rustam, he was able to get the win there. Do you feel like your style, that deep, tucked under style, is a little bit more sticky? Do you feel like it could cause problems for Paul?
Дело в том, что я нестандартный спортсмен. Я никогда не смотрю, как борются мои соперники, не потому что я их не уважаю, а потому что это моя такая позиция. Но я всегда стараюсь заготовить какой-нибудь сюрприз для них.
I'm not a standard arm wrestler. I never look what my opponents are doing. I'm just trying to improve what I'm doing, and every time bring a little surprise.
Okay, now I will ask him something. We know him as a great hook puller, but a little bird told me that he is training for his outside and pronator. And does he have any plan B if what little bird told me is true?
Всегда есть какой-то хороший план.
I always have a very good plan.
But does he have only one plan or plan B as well? Because the little bird told me that he's going outside. He says that he doesn't really follow his opponents if he's focused on himself. But does he know that This guy's wrist is very strong, and he even turned John in hook if he's trying to go outside.
Это сюрприз.
It's a surprise.
Surprise, okay. Okay.
Ladies and gents, we move on to our next matchup. The old saying is that all men are more virile. Well, if there's any truth in that legend, the next man I'm about to introduce to you is the most virile man in the room. His name is Toddzilla, Todd Hutchins, and he may be, pound for pound, the strongest man in the game. Mate, you've just had a very, very impressive performance. We can see just looking at you, Todd, that you've come into this match very ready. Any soreness, any damage after the John match, or should we look forward to seeing you at your very best here?
I should be about the same level. I mean, I was training very, very hard for the John match, and this one was very close, so I couldn't do a whole lot in between. So, should be good. I feel good, fresh as a daisy.
Now, it's another young man you're facing, and not just a standard young man. If you've been, as I'm sure you have, doing your homework and following the AMC tournaments, you will know that Ibrahim Sagov is an absolute weapon. This guy's super strong, super fast. What do you see as your game plan going in tomorrow? Is this another guy you can get him in a strap, bleeding, put him
I
to
don't think
bed?
I'll get in the strap with him. I don't think I could dig my arm out if he gets everything he wants, but I think if I can beat him at neutral and keep the match somewhat vertical, I like my chances. But if he gets all twisted around, I don't see too many people digging themselves out of that.
I want to just come over to yourself, John. You've literally just come off the back of a match with Todd, and last night while we were talking outside, you told me that you've never felt him stronger, he feels ridiculous, and a few changes to his style of arm wrestling that people probably would like to hear.
Yeah, no, my arm is still aching. I'm surprised. I was hoping to hear that he was a little sore, possibly from our match, but yeah, no, tremendous side pressure. Obviously, everybody knows Todd is known for the side pressure. He controlled the center of the table against me, dictated the match right from the beginning to the end. It's hard to bet against him if he can keep the match on his side of the table. The key will be whether or not his opponent, his current fresh opponent, will be able to knock him off center, because if you don't knock Todd off center, it's going to be a long day for you.
I have a question for Todd. Todd, I remember you are even lifting the shoulder pressure of David Randall. How many years ago? 15, 17, 18, 20?
Yeah, about 18, 19 years ago.
Yeah. In the same event that you also beat Cleveland.
Yep.
Rest in peace. And
is that 20 years ago?
Yeah, around.
It was like 2004,
yeah.
My
2005.
God, I'm old. That's terrible.
Anyway, so David Randall was incredible shoulder pressure guy. Unlike Jerry, he was protecting his wrist, and I remember you lifted him up from very losing position. But some people think that you are not as good, against the shoulder pressure guys. Some people says that way. Maybe that's one of the reason is because of the Michael Todd's shoulder pressure. But I remember in the same super match, you blocked some attempts of Michael as well when he was trying to go. He couldn't go, and then he went outside. Yeah. So do you agree with that? Like, do you agree that if right now as of late, we see you protecting your pronator, and then you're applying incredible side pressure. And what I see, stronger your pronator is becoming, more effective your side pressure. So this guy here is well known about turning people in and shoulder pressing. In the case that if he controls your pronator, your bicep hook also ready for such thing?
I think so. He'll be coming around and down.
Yeah.
So I'll be trying to hold that wrist flat and mostly going up. But yeah, shoulder pressures give me trouble. But they're Jerry Catarats and they're Devons and they're Michael Todds. So
but those are super heavyweight, but super heavyweight guys. Yeah. But even like, what's your game? Okay, I shouldn't say what's your game plan. This surprise probably, but
I plan to hold him up center. I plan to hold him at neutral. If he gets all turned in, I'm just going to bite my tongue and ride it.
So
out as
you
long
want
as
to,
I
you want to protect the.
Can't believe you didn't listen to my pre-match announcement about turning your phone off.
Yeah, please turn your phones off, everybody.
I full on said that.
Yeah. Anyway, so what I'm just trying to say that you don't want to be in losing position. You want to keep the center.
Oh yeah, I never want to go in a losing position.
No.
I don't even want to go on this side of the table.
I understand that, but what I just tried to say that, like, my question is related to David Randall match, that you were able to bring him from that position to up. So what I'm just saying that, do you still have that ability since you are depending so much on Pronader lately?
I think I could still do that.
Yeah.
I hope I don't have to.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Yeah.
I'd rather arm wrestle through our elbows than through my biceps.
Yeah.
So you've had like you've just had maybe the most career-defining win, and we know in the past you've spoken about sort of a defined timeline for your arm wrestling career. You said, I may do it for a couple more years, then I'm going to bow out. But when you look at the thing now, and you look at the sport's resurgence, growth curve, and this plethora of new opportunity and challenges out there for you, are you sort of rethinking that when you're clearly as competitive as you are?
When I look at it now, I think I should have set higher goals as a younger man. But at this point, I'm definitely in it for 3 more years.
At least 3 more years.
At least 3.
Why 3 years? Are you feeling? Are you torn up? Are you painful? Or are you just want to do other stuff?
To the gentleman to your left.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
You're a bad man. Now then, let's. This guy's been sat quiet, and I want to bring him in, ladies and gentlemen. Ibrahim Sagov, mate, welcome to East versus West. Great to have you here. Obviously, we've just talked about the fact that Todd has had an impressive outing. He's just got a win against John, which underlines his pedigree within this sport. You have got to be excited about the opportunity to gate crash some of that momentum should you be able to defeat this guy here at East versus West in your debut.
Ну, на самом деле, я очень благодарен Тоду, да, что согласился со мной, побороться. Для меня это большая честь с легендой, да, как армрестлинга. Думаю, что борьба, как он сказал, будет, в крюк исключительно. Верхом я давно не борюсь, у меня так травма. Не знаю, будет ли затяжная борьба, если успею зайти в свое движение, не думаю, что, оттуда еще мало кто выходил, да. Так в защите тоже я довольно хорошо так и стою.
First of all, it's a big honor to fighting a legend of our sport. I've been following him for years. Right now, I think the match is definitely going inside. I don't top roll. Most likely, none of us will top roll. I'll be surprised if he gets out from my press. Not a lot of people can do that. And I also have a good defense if he gets on my bicep.
Fantastic match in prospect. Do you feel, Ibrahim, like you represent maybe an even greater threat at this stage of his career than John Brasink did for Todd? Do you feel like you are a prime conditioned athlete and that you are hungrier than the old guard in the sport?
Не знаю, будет ли намного тяжелее, да, чем с Джоном. Я намного сложнее. Думаю, что если выиграю, то выиграю, в касании, да. Если там со стартом что-то опоздаю, могу снизу потащить. Как боролся с Джоном, это, да, совсем другая борьба у них была, да. А мы с Тодом, оба в крюк. Думаю, я быстрее, если со стартом, видел его поединки, да, те, кто стартует, и, они ему неудобны. а я намного быстрее них, тех, кто с ним боролся.
I don't know if it's going to be a tougher match than with John, but it will be different, and we're definitely going to go inside. I think I'm way more faster than him and all the opponents he has faced before. So I hope if I win, I will most likely win really fast and don't get sucked into a long match.
I have you want to say? Go ahead. I have a question for you. Sunday, are you gonna go back to home by airplane or by walking?
Не, пешком на самолете.
He will fly? Okay, because his trainer told me that if he loses against Todd, he's gonna make him go home by walking.
Ah, okay, so the miss clears there. A little joke again. You're a funny guy. Ladies and gents, I wanna close on one question to Todd. I remember you doing an interview, mate. It was with the World Arm Wrestling League. And you said you'll continue in this sport while you have best-in-class strength. And you represent right now best-in-class strength. When you look across at the new crop of guys coming into this thing, if we're talking about pure, raw, ugly, filthy, top-end strength, are you still best-in-class?
Probably not, but they got to be strong where I'm strong. So, I mean, he's obviously going to be a better inside presser than I am. But if I keep him out of it, all I got to do is be strong enough. I don't have to be stronger. So,
ladies and gents, Engin Terzi, are you excited?
I'm crazy excited about all these matches. I don't know. I will be probably holding my breath while I'm watching, and then I will realize this while I'm passing away. But right before that, then I will like, okay, I need to
die with a smile on your face, mate. Super heavyweight division up next, and we have got an absolute banger in the co-main with the two big boys sat at the head of the table. Vitaly Larratt, Rivaz Lutidze. Let's start with Vitaly. Mate, many people, including myself, see you as having almost unparalleled potential, incredible potential, your height, your levers, your dynamism. Do you feel like you're still evolving, still improving, despite the fact that you've been arm wrestling for as long as you have?
Да, с каждым разом я становлюсь все лучше и сильнее, когда меня травмы не тревожат. Но пока я не готов показать новый стиль, но я буду к этому готовиться и вас удивлять.
If I'm not injured, if I don't have any pains or aches, I'm definitely getting stronger each time and keep progressing. For this match, you will not see a new style from me. I'm going to do what I do best, but it's coming in future.
Let's go over to your opponent, Rivaz. Looking massive, mate. Looking very, very big indeed. The last time out, here at East versus West, it's fair to say you absolutely decimated the legendary Dave Chafee. You silenced the room. And following that win, Dave's form got called into question. People started talking about injuries. Tomorrow, you're facing another opponent whose level is undeniably elite in Larratt. Can you possibly do to Vitaly Larratt what you did to Dave Chafee?
ესე რომ ვთქვათ, ეხლა აქ ისე, ანუ ისეთი ტურნირია და ისეთი მობილიზაცია იტარდება, რომ მე ვფიქრობ, რომ ყველა ფორმაში ვართ. ანუ დევიძე ეხლა ისეთ რაღაცას, ну ჩემი გადასახედიდან მე ვერ ვიტყვი, რომ არ იყო ფორმაში. ანუ რაღაც ისე გამოდის. ну იტალიის რაც შეეხება, კი ძლიერი მოწინააღმდეგეა. და ეხლა წინასწარ რაღაც ისეთი შედეგები რო არ გავაკეთო, მაგიდასთან როცა დავდგები და როცა ხელს მოვყიდებ, ну უფრო იქ იქნება ჩემთვის, ანუ სპორტულად მისაღები, რას გავაკეთებ და რას გადავწყვეტ რა.
All the athletes who are here gathered are elites and strong in many levels. About Dave Chaffee, Rivas doesn't believe that he was out of his shape because he felt really strong. And about Vitali's current shape, obviously he will have a correct idea once they grip up, and as soon as they meet each other at the table, he will do the steps that is necessary to the victory.
How big of a threat do you feel Vitaly Larratt is? Obviously, we talked about it a few minutes ago, that the super heavyweight category right now is incredibly vibrant. There's a lot of talent out there. Where in the global super heavyweight picture do you feel this man sits? Where do you position him?
ჩემი აზრით ხუთეულის ტოპ ხუთეულის სპორტსმენია. ტოპ 8-ზეც რავი დაამტკიცა, ისეთი შედეგია ჩვენო ფილანი გააკეთა, ლევან საგინაშვილთან გადაწია და რა ვიცი, ახლა ბევრი რა ვილაპარაკო. ძლიერი სპორტსმენია რა. ანუ ხუთეულისთვის შეიძლება სამეულიც.
So without too much to say, for sure Vitaly already proved himself many times, also in top 8 we have seen. Back in years ago he said that for sure in top 5 of super heavyweights, this is the place where he sees Vitaly currently right now, and lastly he said maybe even top 3.
I don't want to come to Vitaly. Same question to you, mate, really. When you look across at Rivas, you saw what happened with Dave Chaffee. You've pulled with Dave yourself. In the current crop of global super heavyweights, where do you position Rivas Lutidze? Where do you see him? Is he top 5? Is he top 2? Where's he at?
Но сейчас, к сожалению, много кто травмировался. Из тех, кто остался, то есть действующими спортсменами на данный момент, вот на данный чемпионат, но я думаю, в тройке он есть действительно. Вот. Что касается Дэйва Чаффи, то я так просто не сдамся, как сдался Дэйв. Я поборюсь, и я думаю, что мы покажем очень красивый поединок.
There's a lot of super heavyweights right now that have injuries, so with all this landscape, I would say he's top 3 for sure. I won't do what Dave Chaffee did. I will fight, and I will give a really good match to Rivas.
Engin, unbelievable matchup. We're going to move to our main event in a moment, but in your mind, as a matchmaker for East versus West, does the winner of this come through to face the winner of the two men sat at our side next up? Do you feel like this is your number 3 guy, whoever wins this, in the absence of Levan?
That is one of the possibilities, but we haven't decided yet. But that is for sure, you know, winner of this match for sure deserves the title match, for sure. But we just need to wait a little bit more. Devon also has another match set already.
11th of November for those people in the chat.
Yeah, he's also, yeah. So, I mean, we will just wait and then see all the results. Let them tomorrow just battle. Tomorrow will be incredible. I mean, I cannot even imagine, you know, I will be just like
headliner in any other card.
Yeah, incredible event, and I will just enjoy. And then after all that dust, everything after the war, battle gone, and then everything is clear, and then I will start thinking about what I will do next. But yes, for sure, winner of this match deserves the title match, for sure. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vitaly Larratt, Rivas Lutidze, our co-main tomorrow night here, East versus West 9, men's super heavyweight division. One more match.
Yeah.
Our main event, ladies and gents, here at East versus West 9 will be contested between Italy and Canada. Hermes, the gladiator, Gasparini, will defend the title for the first time against the Soldier Boy Superman from the frozen north, No Limits, Devon Larratt. Let's start with you, Devon. Big, big matchup. Many people felt like this match would take a long time to come around. You had so many matches in your way. Fate played a hand. Here we are. August 26th. It's on.
Very happy to be here. Hermes Gasparini, thank you for giving me the opportunity to destroy you and to potentially become the oldest super heavyweight arm wrestler that has ever existed. Maybe. I know that your math, you don't see me winning. I think that you should probably think about going back to school in Italy when this is done. I will say first off, before we get even a little bit, I gotta say thank you. Really, really thank you. I mean, I remember years and years ago, you wanted this match, and I didn't want to give you the match. And it wasn't my plan to pull you. It wasn't. I thought that there would be many people before I got to you, and I didn't even think it was maybe even going to be possible. But somehow, like Neil said, fate has opened up this golden opportunity so that I have a possibility to destroy you. So thank you.
Thank you too.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Hermes, you're from an arm wrestling dynasty yourself, mate. An arm wrestling family. We know that in that lineage, your dad, tomorrow, Massimo, who I used to compete against back in the 90s, he's here. He's bringing your mum tomorrow. First time he's watched you compete at a super match. Such is the magnitude of the match that you are about to go into, despite the fact that you've already pulled Levan Saganashvili. When you look at this match, do you believe this is in some ways the biggest match of your career? Is this more difficult? Is this more pivotal, more important than the Saganashvili match?
For sure, it is a very important match, but
did you see his power?
Yeah.
You saw that,
very
right?
Strong,
Strong?
Very strong, super.
And do you realize that he's doing this time with right arm? Until today, he was doing with left arm.
It's like premium grade plastic as well.
For sure, it's a very important match, but not like when I fought Levan. No. Because if you see him, it's like chicken arms. There are no. Why I need to be scared for him?
No quality.
No quality.
No quality? Look at you, Hermes. You're like a marshmallow.
Yeah.
You're like a big marshmallow.
You say this
Look
like
at
this to
Hermes.
Levan.
Hold up your thumb.
He broke
Hold up
your
your
arm.
thumb. You're supposed to be in the
like
85
this to
kilo
Levan,
class.
He broke your arm.
Hey, look at
Shame
you've got the
things.
same size thumbs as Engen. You're not quality. Not quality.
You will see the quality tomorrow.
You see the guy next to you? That's a super heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big 85 kilo guy.
80. Okay. And what you are we talk about?
What do you want to talk about? What do you
For
want to talk about?
what we are doing? I don't
You
know.
want to talk about the match? You've said a lot of stuff about the match. You want to talk about it?
Your mind games with me don't.
Mind games? What are you talking about mind
games?
games?
Not enough to beat me tomorrow, my friend.
What, do you think I'm going to beat you with mind games?
Yeah, you can continue tonight, tomorrow, but it's not enough.
What? You think I'm going to beat you with mind games?
Only
Not-
your possibility to
mind
win
games aren't
tomorrow
gonna win a match, Hermes.
you will cheat like crazy. Because
Why are you so
will
worried about
cheat
me
for
cheating?
Sure.
You're the one who's
But
cried
if the
so
setup,
much.
If the setup is regular, like every time, you don't have any possibility. Zero.
Zero?
Zero.
Zero possibility.
No, 1%.
How did I get here with zero possibility? Man, Engen, you got to work on your matchmaking. I got a 0%. Man.
1%.
1%. Okay. 1%. Hey, show that thing with your wrist again.
Why?
Because it'll help people understand that the 1% might not be real. Show
I
your
don't-
wrist
I
thing.
don't need to show nothing to you.
Stand up and show how big you
I don't
are.
need to nothing to show to you. And
Stand up and show how big you are.
Show your arm.
My arm
Show
is
your
little.
arm. Show your arm.
See?
Like a chicken.
Yeah.
Like
Little.
a small chicken, my friend.
It's
Like
not
a
big.
Small chicken.
It's not big. It's not a big arm.
Older, a small chicken.
Is like a little chicken. Somehow a little chicken got an opportunity at the super heavyweight world title
we
once
see,
again.
We see tomorrow.
It's a little bit embarrassing, isn't it, that I might end up. What does that say about the sport right now? If I'm gonna be the guy, sport is in a rough spot.
Joking aside,
Neil, I have a question for Hermes. Hermes, this guy right by you, his arms are not that big either. If you would ever pull him, you would not take him seriously either because his arms are not that super big.
No. Lalatin,
Lalatin is different?
Yeah, but
So
look at the size is completely different.
Okay, he's bigger?
Yeah.
Arms are bigger than?
Bigger for sure.
Oh, okay. So you find him very muscular, the biceps, everything, yeah?
Muscular.
Okay. So you don't see any danger with Devon?
Only the dangerous about him is because he will cheat in the setup.
So
only this. He have only this
You
possibility.
are the biggest cheater in the sport, Hermes.
He
Everybody
have
knows
only
it.
this possibility. He will do for sure.
Everybody knows, Hermes, that you are the most cryingest arm wrestler in the world.
Tomorrow we cry. We will
More
see.
crying.
2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Maybe I will give you the victory, and you will be happy to win like this.
You're already starting to cry already.
Yeah. I will cry.
It already
you will
started.
see, my friend.
Hey,
You will
are we
see.
going to do a hook in the strap?
No, why in the strap? You are scared?
Because
you have super strong wrist, many things, and then
it's about,
now we
it's
want to
about
be in the
trust,
straps.
right?
Go in the hook immediately.
Because I don't believe that you'll hook me. I believe that you'll say, "Oh, let's go on a hook," and then you'll do a top rope.
We will go in the hook if you want.
You go. You promise?
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
can go on a strap then.
No, why in the straps?
Strap
you
in
have
the hook.
super strong wrist.
Strap in the hook.
Pronation, super strong, multi-spinner, super strong.
Do you trust me?
Huh?
You trust me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You trust him?
Yeah.
You trust him, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the problem
I'm
with
not
going in
scared
a
about
strap in the hook?
This with?
Huh?
The straps?
Strap.
Again.
Hook.
No, without. You have super strong wrist, more than me. Your your thumbs is very super big, everything super big. Why you are scared without the straps?
Okay, what I still didn't understand till now. You guys want to start in hook or start straight and go hook?
Straight, and we go in the hook.
Okay, you start straight, and then with go you go
I
hook.
will do a good stretching for his bicep. We will see if it's recovered or not.
Oh, you will stretch his bicep?
Yeah.
After
I want
that?
to see the fiber.
Yeah, fibers.
If they are recovered or not.
Hey, did you try and poison me, Hermes?
What?
You try and poison my water? Did you try and poison me? Why does my water smell like this? Did you put something in my water bottle?
Yeah, I put many things inside.
Hey? Because
Are
I
you joking or
I
what?
just smelled my water.
You think I need to do these things to beat you? Really?
Wow.
Really, my
Have
friend?
a sniff. Come and smell my
No,
water.
I need to. No, I don't need to sniff. Sniff.
Come and
Sniff,
have a
maybe
smell
you
of
have
my
more
water.
power, maybe something more.
You smell it?
Sniff, maybe you.
Can
grow
you
up
smell it?
something.
You smell my water?
Sniff, my friend.
Did you smell your water?
I already drink it.
Did you drink it?
Yeah.
Oh. You want to smell this?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that would have given you the answer if you can trust me or not, starting a hook.
We start in the hook without the straps.
Hook in the straps. There you go. Okay. All right. So it's settled.
Dev, your critics, mate, your doubters, always tried to claim that you wouldn't pull any of the top Europeans. Once again, we find ourselves at a huge event. with the absolute cream of arm wrestling's crop from Europe represented by your opponent? Or do you actually believe that? In the absence of Levan, due to injury, do you think that Hermes represents the most difficult match out there for you right now? Or is it someone else? Is it Vitaly? Is it Rivas? Is Hermes, in your mind, the very best of the super heavyweight division right now?
I think that Hermes is probably the #1 guy if there is no Levan. However, you have to consider Vitaly, Rivas, and the absent Denis Saplenkov. I think that these names are and if Alex Krejcik can somehow appear in fantastic shape, maybe. But no, Hermes is probably the guy.
How about yourself? You didn't count yourself.
Me? Where am I? Oh, I'm terrible. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's kind of crazy. How did it happen, Hermes?
What's your opinion of that, Hermes? We asked Vitaly, we asked Rivas where in the super heavyweight division they positioned their opponent. Do you see, joking aside, I know you guys have been jousting the last few days, but do you rank Devon at the top of the super heavyweight division? Is he a more difficult match than Vitaly? Is he a more difficult match than Rivas?
This level, every fight is very difficult.
Everyone is dangerous.
Yeah. For sure, he's in the top, for sure. Now I show he's in good shape, and it's difficult to say.
What about stylistically? We saw you got a lot of credit after the Jerry match for pulling the perfect style, for taking him apart, doing exactly what you needed to do to beat Jerry Cadorette. Do you feel like Devon represents a bigger problem for you because of the fact that he's a little bit more maverick, he's free form, and he's got a lot of options? Is he a harder match for you stylistically?
For sure, this is dangerous because I have a lot of experience, many years, and he's strong
And the way that Dave Chafee almost beats you, that puts me in contention too.
Yeah, but you lost with the Gennady very.
Yeah, but the last thing that we look at is
Levan, he broke your bicep.
Dave Chafee.
If you want to
almost beat you. Yeah. All right. Cry to the referee. Yeah. But this time, no crying is going to save you. No crying. This time it'll be a win.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to smell this?
No, I don't need to
You
sniff.
sure?
Sniff? Tonight.
Smells terrible. You should probably smell it. You sure? Have a sniff?
You think only he argument he have only Dave Chafee because he don't have any another thing.
You don't have to tell Engen. He doesn't care. He's not going to save you tomorrow. Hristo, maybe. You can cry to Hristo.
Hristo?
Yeah. You don't need to cry to Engen about anything.
I don't need to cry.
No,
if you don't cheat, why I need to cry? Everyone here don't cheat nothing.
No?
Nobody. Only you. And everyone know about this.
Really?
No. Yeah.
But what can you do to stop
You cheated with everyone.
What can you do to stop me?
With Todachin, with John, with...
Did I cheat you, John?
No.
No comment.
Only 10 minutes
on,
for
man.
the setup. And he...
I never cheated, John. I never cheated, John. Todd, did I cheat you?
No.
Putnik, did I cheat you? Oh, come on. I've never cheated anybody.
Everyone knows.
Yeah, who's been cheated by me? No. Hermes, listen, you don't have anything. We have 2 top referees. This is the finest establishment in arm wrestling.
The referee's grip,
you are
need
safe
to stay,
here. You are safe.
You can't move nothing.
Hermes, your arm is
these
3
rules.
times. 3 times as big as mine.
You can't move nothing.
No, you can't move nothing. You can't move nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
Nothing.
I move your
No,
bicep.
you can't
after
move
this.
nothing.
I will move your bicep.
Hermes, listen, when you're done, you're going to be an 85-kilo IFA world champion. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Okay. when I'm done with you, 85 kilo IFA world champion.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. No
No
problem.
problem.
Not even well.
No, not even WAF. He's like IFA, maybe Kevin Burbrick and you in the finals. Yeah.
Okay.
I love you, Kevin. I love you.
I would like to ask John's opinion about this match.
Oh, a long time coming. Yeah, right. These guys, it seems like just yesterday, these guys were dueling at the King of the Table. It's been about a year and a half now. So glad to see it finally happen. Yeah, two completely different arm wrestlers. One super explosive, kind of reminds me of Arsen Lelev, high hand top roller. Big danger for a puller like Devon. Devon has gotten so much stronger, though.
Holy shit. Just a second. Just a second. Look at this. Look at this. Who the fuck is that?
Exactly.
Oh, I thought it was you. Pretty close. Pretty close.
Yeah,
Pretty close. Looks like it's your brother.
So anyway, I think everybody kind of expects if the match stops, it's going to lean towards Devon, but Devon definitely is in danger of being flash hit by someone as explosive as Hermes.
Can I share your thoughts about this match? If it goes strap, or you would like to say yourself, or you just want to keep it yourself?
I think it's everybody knows how much more effective Devon is in the straps than he is out of the straps.
Can you say that outside of the strap, Hermes is the favorite, and if it goes to strap,
I wouldn't go
how do you see?
I wouldn't go as far to say that. I would say that for most people out there, from my personal experience, it's a better approach to try to pull Devon without the straps. So I will throw that out there. Yes, that's. I think that's kind of common knowledge, though.
Okay, who has the edge if it goes strap?
No. Devon will have more hand and wrist control in the strap than out of the strap. So, yeah, I think it's disadvantageous for anybody to go in the straps with Devon Larratt.
Hermes, if that match stops tomorrow, I am going to destroy you. If that match stops, I'm going to bleed you out in front of everyone. Okay? I'm just telling you right now that that's what you should get ready for. If that match stops, I will finish you and I'll take the world title from you.
We finish?
You better finish me quickly. You better.
Very fast, my friend.
You better hope so.
Devon, I will ask you something. He also said that if he is sure that he's going to beat you, he will do the same exact things to you. Listen, nobody has done that to you before.
I would love that.
You would love that?
I would love it.
It wouldn't worry you to think about it that he's going to
so
hold you?
happy.
If he can do that?
It would make me sleep so well at night, knowing that I could move on and let somebody else, be that guy. It would make me so happy. But I carry this burden for now. That if the match stops, it is my victory.
If you know that you can beat him, just say you are 2-0, and then third round you get him, and you know you can beat him. You gonna pin him or hold him?
We see.
You said you were gonna hold him.
We see.
You changed your mind.
Depends if he will cheat too much or not.
If he what? If he cheats too much?
If he will cheat too much.
If he makes you angry,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it. If he doesn't make you angry, you will just beat him quickly?
Yes, quickly.
Okay.
Sure you don't want it?
Hey, it was interesting. We had feedback from some of the top guys in the sport. Many people will come in here and think there's a big disparity between these lads' level. We heard from Levan Saganashvili. He thought it was 50-50, possibly leaning slightly in favor of Devon. I wanted to just ask the guys at the table here.
I will ask
how
all
they
of them. All of
feel
them.
about
Yeah,
it.
let's start from Thomas. Thomas, who is winning? Hermes or Devon? Hermes. Kyle? Devon. So we have 1-1. And Mehdi? Devon. So 2 Devon, 1 Hermes. And who is next? David. Hermes. So 2-2. Arthur? Hermes, 3-2. Deserno, Hermes, 4-2. Ivan, Devon, 4-3. 5-3. Okay, it doesn't count. 5-3.
He's representing Switzerland.
Huh? No, I'm asking Hermes or Devon? 50-50? Okay, 5-3. 50-50. 5-3 and then 5-4. 5-5. 6-5 Devon. Adam? Okay. 7-5 Hermes. 8-5.
Hermes.
9-5.
Devon.
9-6.
Devon.
9-7.
რამდენია? აჰა. მაშინ 50-50.
50-50 he said.
Okay, so
I count as 2 votes, so I vote for myself. So we're all tied up. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, he's younger, he's bigger, he's the current world champion. But I assure you, if I win, the victory will be bigger. So hopefully, the light shines on me tomorrow.
Do you prefer the situation, Devon, when you're coming into a match and many people believe you're the underdog? You experienced it before with Levon Saganashvili. A lot of the time you've been the favourite because of the weight of expectation and the popularity you've got in the sport. But do you like this approach where many people will see Hermes as favourite?
It just means it's a bigger win. Whoever the underdog is, it just means it's a bigger win for the underdog to have victory. And, you know, when you throw a world title into the mix, you know, it's just an incredible opportunity for me coming in as the underdog against the world champion. So, yeah, I'm happy to be in this position.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible matchup in prospect tomorrow night. East versus West 9. I don't think there's ever been a bigger match than this. The pinnacle of the sport once again represented. So much expectation, just fire in the chat rooms all around social media. Only one more day to go and it will go down. The headline, Hermes Gasparini, Devon Larratt for the world title. But look at the array of top-class arm wrestlers. We're just one day away and get bristling right now.
yeah, I think everything has been said. You know, these 2 athletes have been here for a few days and they talk a lot. As far as I see that, they just can't wait to go there and perform. And I don't know. I think there is not much to add, and we will wait for tomorrow, and then we will see. I can see the match going either way, and I see that both Revaz and Larratt also says 50-50. John is probably thinking the similar way, John.
Say that again.
Like you also see a match. Can you give the microphone to John? 50-50 match.
50-50 between Devon and Hermes, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also agree that the winner of Revaz and Vitali should have the opportunity to take on the winner of tomorrow night's match. So,
yeah,
those 2 are definitely 3 and 4 in my mind.
Yeah. How about Dennis?
Dennis is yet to prove himself. We'll see where Dennis ends up in the mix come November.
Yeah, and if Devon wins, you see Devon versus Hermes 50-50 match?
Yes.
50-50.
I'll know better after I watch the first setup.
Yeah, and if this match is 50-50, it means that Devon has as much as chance that Hermes has. And
yeah, I can't believe that Devon is really the public underdog in this case. I mean, it seems like you mentioned to me that the social media thinks that Hermes is the overwhelming favorite.
Yeah.
I have never pulled Hermes. I've just witnessed what he's been able to do to the top guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe Devon is in the minds of many the underdog.
Yeah. And another thing I would like to ask, if Devon, you said 50% chance, if he wins this one, he said that he wants to win this one, so which you think he is 50% chance he has, so this will be 2 titles. And then he is also planning to go down to 105 to win the third title. Do you think that that will be harder or easier than this one to do it? To go 231 and pulling against?
No, I think the heavyweight class is the toughest class right now. So if he wins tomorrow, I think he should stay heavy. I know he's slated to possibly pull Dennis very soon, so he'd probably want to stay heavy for that match. And then give Vitali or Ravez their shot for and defend the title, and then think about possibly going to 105. Would be my.
So you are saying that he should do more in the super heavyweights.
If he's successful tomorrow, he should stay in the super heavyweights for a bit longer.
And how do you see 231 Devon versus 231 Ongarbayev? If he goes down 231?
Ongarbayev would have his hands full against Devon Larratt. I don't think he would lose that much power.
So you are saying that the only challenge for Devon Larratt is the super heavyweight?
Yes, in his current form, yes.
Okay, I understand. Yeah, thank you.
Ladies and gents, we are just going to close the show out with some VIP questions. Our VIPs have got some questions they want to put to our panel of arm wrestlers. So if we can pass the microphone down, guys, to the athletes on the side tables, we're going to get some questions from our VIPs. We got the first question, guys.
Hello, this question is for Hermes Gasparini. Quick question. Can you tell the world what's going to happen when Devon stops you, my friend?
If it will happen, this is the question. It will not happen, my friend, sorry.
Thank you.
He said when it happens.
It will not happen.
Wasn't the question, though.
Yeah.
No, you have to. He's a VIP. You have to answer his question.
Don't show him.
He said he's a VIP, so you have to answer his question.
He said that he's a VIP. You need to answer his question.
Yeah, I asked him.
Yeah, he said that he answered already. He said that it's not going to happen.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. You asked the wrong guy.
Hermes, are you going to show Devon the difference between Street Fighter, PlayStation game, and arm wrestling?
Yeah, you were terrible at Street Fighter.
I never played.
Yeah, you're a liar, too. That's what you are, Hermes.
I almost win.
You almost win?
Yeah, you should.
And even though you were playing the first time in your life, right?
in my life.
Do you believe that Devon?
No, Hermes has been accusing me of being a cheater and a liar, and he's clearly a cheater and a liar himself.
Or maybe he's very talented the first time he plays and he's playing that good. Just imagine if he plays like a few more days.
You know, I think that you would have probably been a better Street Fighter player if your thumb could reach all the buttons. You would have been probably better.
Okay, let's go to another question, VIP question.
Hello, everyone. Devon, this is a question for you. How long do you think it will take your son Auden here before he's ready to crush Hermes as well?
Sorry, who? Oh, my son?
Your son.
Oh, well, I think right now my son would crush Hermes in just about everything except for arm wrestling. Whether, pick a discipline, but Hermes is probably still a little bit ahead of him in arm wrestling. I don't want to put any pressure on Auden. I just hope that he enjoys his journey and has a lot of fun with the sport. That's all I wish for Auden.
Yeah. The next one.
All right. Hello. I got a question for Vitali. So, what does he think if he wins tomorrow against Rivas? And since Rivas won against Dave Chaffee, and Dave Chaffee against Vitali, does that in his mind still put him above Dave Chaffee?
Can you say so? Can you say that one more time?
Yes. So
they both beat Dave Chaffee.
No.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Я скажу так, что Если у меня завтра получится выиграть Риваза, то я хотел бы снова побороться с Дэвом Чефи, чтобы быть действительно выше его.
When I beat Revas tomorrow, I would love a rematch versus Dave Chafee, so I can definitely show I can beat him.
Thank you.
Got another question, guys?
Yeah. Did he say that when he beat Revas tomorrow, and then he will also prove that he can beat Dave as well? That's what he said, right? Okay, because this is not something that he said before. Like he was like, okay, I respect.
He wanted to show that he said, of course I might think, but he wants to show that he can beat him.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, see, if he said if he beats Revas.
Okay,
Sorry.
because he translated when I beat him tomorrow. Okay, then that's why I was like, yeah. Go ahead, the next one.
So my question would be to Derek. How do you see the match going with Mehdi? Do you think you were going to hook, or do you think you go maybe top roll even, try your stuff out? And do you think there's anyone in this press conference that could beat you in like a eating contest?
Chair, guys. Oh, I'm holding. Oh, walk over.
So my match, will it go inside or outside? Is what you're asking? I believe that Mehdi is very strong inside. I believe, if I go below his wrist and touch our forearms, I think he has significant advantage there. It is not my first plan to go there. I'm not afraid to try it out if the water feels right, but it'll probably be some kind of higher option, but yeah, not all the way in. I'm not right away. In terms of the food eating contest, hell no, nobody here can eat a food eating contest with me. It's not even close. Devon eats like a child. There's no way, it's not even close.
Any more questions, guys?
Yeah. Thank you, Engin, for that opportunity. I have a question for Devon. Why do you need super heavyweight belt? Do you plan to protect it in future, or there's some other reason?
The super heavyweight belt is the most glorious belt in the arm wrestling world. There's no bigger crown in arm wrestling than the super heavyweight #1 division. It represents the pinnacle. If you have an opportunity to fight for it, there's not an arm wrestler that would decline this opportunity. And that's why I've said repeatedly how thankful I am for this opportunity. I will fight at the highest level that I can throughout my career. My time as a super heavyweight, as the class continues to grow and evolve and the sport becomes more and more challenging, it may be limited. My home will certainly be in the 115 and potentially the 105 as I age. But while I'm still able, if I have an opportunity to compete at super heavyweight, I will take it.
Good luck to you.
Hello, I have a question for Evgeny Prudnik. What is your current shape compared to the shape you were when you faced Devon for the title match? Yes, I can repeat the question. What is your shape now compared to the shape you were when you faced Devon in your title match?
I pull it with Devon on right hand, and tomorrow I will pull left hand. Now I can say my left hand more stronger than right.
Okay, thank you very much.
But if take the shape right hand early, I think it's close. It's close.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end, I believe, of our VIP questions. And we will take a short break, and then we'll be back and face these guys off. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a few minutes' time. For all of those in the chat, We'll be back very soon. Thank you, and we'll see you very soon, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Istanbul. Welcome back to East versus West 9. It's time to face these guys off, Engin. I'm going to get out of camera shot, mate. Let you stand in the dangerous position. And we're going to get these guys to come up and go head to head. Starting with our first match. It is in the men's lightweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome firstly, representing the United States of America, Dustin Hyatt. Deep clean, Dustin Hyatt, USA. He will face Italy's Thomas Manghi. Deep clean, Dustin Hyatt, Thomas Manghi. Look at that, size these guys up. The youth, Dustin Hyatt. What can you see in those eyes, guys? It's tomorrow night yours. That is our first match on the card, East versus West. Who you got, Team Red, Team Black? Tomorrow we find out. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Match 1 on tomorrow night's card. We move on to our next matchup. It is in the men's super heavyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the United States of America, welcome Brad Grundy. And his opponent hails from Ireland. Making his debut here at East versus West, welcome Kyle Hutchinson. There we go in black, Hutchinson, Kyle Hutchinson of Ireland. Brad Grundy is in the red, doing a little bit of tippy toe action there. Ladies and gents, that is our second match of the night. Check that out for a forearm. Heavily painted, but some size right there. Kyle Hutchinson, Brad Grundy. Second match up tomorrow. Thank you, fellas. And if you like them big, what about these two guys? Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, representing the United States of America, Derek Smith. And his opponent, Mehdi Abdalvan. Here we go. Two very, very big boys indeed. Mehdi in black. The man in the red is Derek Smith, United States of America. Mehdi and Derek, got to be the heaviest combined weight on the card tomorrow night. Big, big boys. Who do you like in this match? At East versus West 9, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Smith looking to get a win. Mehdi looking to burst back onto the arm wrestling scene and overcome the giant American. It is on tomorrow night, ladies and gents. Moving to our next matchup, which is made at 85 kilograms, representing Russia. Welcome, Artur Makarov. And his opponent, representing the USA, is Adam, the Warzone Wojcinski. Adam in red. Arthur is the man in the black shirt. Slight weight disparity, but look at those forearms. Tomorrow night, this is one of the matches that I feel may have been overlooked. It should be an absolute killer. The Warzone. Arthur Makarov go down tomorrow night. Who do you like, ladies and gents? Pick your favorites. If you want to see it, get over, get your pay-per-view right now. East versus West. Tomorrow night, Saturday 26th. Ladies and gents, our next matchup, highly anticipated. Russia's own Ivan Matyushenko. And his opponent representing Georgia is David Aribuli. Matyushenko, very decorated, got the height advantage. David Aribuli, very powerful. Neither one of these guys will look to get around their opponent. They will look to go straight through them. Aribuli, Matyushenko, Russia versus Georgia tomorrow night here. The big boys next up, ladies and gentlemen. And firstly, representing Turkey, Ferit Osmanli. And his opponent is a multiple WAF world champion. Welcome, Georgi Zeran. Osmanli and Zeran. Look at the size of Georgi. We've never seen this guy as big. Absolutely massive. Ferit Osmanli in the red shirt. Zeranov in the black. Size each other up. The first time these guys have met in super match competition. And tomorrow night is the night. Saturday, it goes down that East versus West. Remember, pay-per-view still available if you want to see these things tomorrow night. Ferit Osmanli, Georgi Zeranov. Our next match in the men's heavyweight division, Irakli Zirakashvili of Georgia. And his opponent will be David Dadikian. Right-hand match, Dadikian and Zirakashvili. Dadikian is the man in the black shirt. His opponent, Irakli Zirakashvili, is the man in red. Who do you like? The explosivity of Zirakashvili, the raw power of Dadikian. That's a right arm matchup tomorrow night. We know that Dadikian will go on both the right and the left arm. He'll be coming up here twice this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Vala Ikiti, next up from Georgia. He will go in our next match, gets a title shot in his debut. And he will be facing the reigning champion of East versus West, David Samusha of Georgia. Vala in the black. David Samusha is the man in the red shirt. You can see slight disparity in height. Massive arms on Vala. These guys know a lot about each other. Who will take it tomorrow night? Vala with an instant title shot here at East versus West. Quietly confident. We'll see if it's well placed tomorrow night. Vala and David go at it in that men's middleweight title match. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like yourself a little bit of white talk, let's welcome him up here now, representing the USA. Welcome, Paul Lee! And his opponent representing Ukraine via Switzerland is Ruslan Babayev. Ruslan Babayev back at the arm wrestling table. He faces the in-form Paul Lynn, a man who the tank top was designed for, ladies and gentlemen. He's even topped up the suntan. Have some of that. Ladies and gents, Paul Lynn, Ruslan Babayev. If you have missed David Dadikian is back up now. Left arm, he will face another WAF world champion. He hails from Ukraine, Yevgeny Prudnik. Prudnik on the left arm said he's stronger than the right now. He will need to be. Dadikian is a left-hand specialist. This one could be a banger. The talk is over tomorrow night. We'll see how this thing goes down. Dadikian. Here we go. Left arm matchup tomorrow night. It's all getting a bit physical. Yevgeny Prudnik, David Dadikian, left arm matchup tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. Should be an absolute cracker. And talking of highly anticipated matchups, what about this one? Making his debut here at East versus West, welcome Ibrahim Saga. And his opponent representing the United States of America, Todzilla Todd Hutchins. Toddzilla. Todd Hutchins. Ibrahim Sagov. Great to see two top-end strength athletes tomorrow night. What about that one? Red shirt is Toddzilla. In the black is Ibrahim Sagov. Great matchup in prospect there. Ibrahim's debut here at East versus West 9. Todd Hutchins looking to put himself on the map one more time and underline that pedigree. And we move to the men's super heavyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, representing Russia, welcome this man. He is a towering figure in the super heavyweight division. Welcome super heavyweight number 1 from Russia, Devon Larratt. 132 kilograms of him. Get your step ladders out. Towering figure. But his opponent outweighs him, and he hails from Georgia. Welcome, Rivaz Lutidze. Rivaz, the man in the red shirt. His opponent, one of the most fearsome top rollers in the game. This is an elite level super heavyweight matchup, ladies and gents. The winner of this match may go on to get that title shot and face the winner of our main event. And you can see that both men are ready, both men focused. Rivaz Lutidze, Devon Larratt. Russia versus Georgia in our co-main event. Ladies and gentlemen, one more match, and this is the main event of East versus West 9. Firstly, welcome this man. He hails from the frozen north of Canada, and tomorrow night gets another opportunity at the top spot and to take the title of the men's super heavyweight division here at East versus West 9. Welcome the Soldier Boy Superman from the frozen north. No limits, Devon Larratt. Devon Larratt is the man in the red shirt. What a main event in prospect. Devon Larratt, Aramis Gasparini. Quality. If you have not bought your pay-per-view for tomorrow night's matchup, please do so, guys. Get over to Core Sports. You're so excited you can't focus.
No, it's not about me. You see that they should have left. Devon was waiting there. Hermes is waiting here. It just means that they just can't wait anymore. This is how I feel, you know.
He's excited. He's excited. And tomorrow night it goes down. Ladies and gents, we're going to call it a night there. We cannot wait to see you all tomorrow. Thanks for supporting tonight's press conference. We'll see you tomorrow night. It goes down then. Thank you. Bye-bye.